They're now saying it's above 1,000 found dead, but the disaster is still ongoing, with water just now receding hours later and fires all over the ravaged area. There are 6 nuclear reactors in one complex, and it is being reported widely by CNN, Fox, USA Today. The Japanese government is on record. Japan struggling to cool down nuclear plant, minister says. Officials ordered an evacuation Friday of residents living near a Japanese nuclear power plant, saying there has been no sign yet of leaks, but indicating a struggle to cool down one of the atomic facilities. Now, that was before they came out in USA Today, minutes after that, and said Japan to release slightly radioactive vapor, because they got to open it up somehow. The water is not getting through. The coolant isn't getting through. The U.S. military has got nuclear submarine facilities nearby. Just wonder what happened to them. Just delivered some of the special coolant that they're not revealing what type, but it's not water. And they're saying the U.S. military is standing by to assist the Japanese. Now, that's also in the Associated Press. Japanese authorities will release slightly radioactive vapor to release pressure at a disabled nuclear power plant. Well, it's probably either that than have it go Chernobyl. So release. That's the problem with nuclear reactors. Why not go with coal or hydroelectric? I mean, come on. Japan's Nuclear Safety Agency said pressure inside one of the 6 boiling water reactors at the Fukushima plant had risen 1.5 times the level considered normal, the Associated Press reports. It's still rising. They're unable to cool it as of minutes ago. The agency said the radioactive element in the vapor would not affect the environment or human health. They told you the dust was safe at ground zero, too. Why not just tell the truth, guys? Officials have declared Japan's first ever nuclear emergency and ordered the evacuation of 3,000 nearby residents. They've had events where they've had purifying units blow up. Remember that? And they just cover it up. I mean, who knows what's really going on? And, of course, they're not telling the locals to evacuate. And the locals are reportedly sitting there waiting for orders. Get out. Go upwind. Get out. You don't want to be downwind of this. Go the opposite direction of the way the wind's going to blow. And let's hope it doesn't happen. Probably not going to melt down. Let's be positive. Let's pray about it. Let's hope. But, I mean, let's say there's a 5% chance, a 10% chance it's going to melt down and go Chernobyl. Get out of there. Get out of there. Bob Chapman joins us every Friday. We're going to open, it seems like every 10 minutes he's on. It seems like these weeks just go by every second. You know, I never read Bob Chapman's bio, but I'm going to do it now. By the way, the toll-free number to join us on air is 800-259-9231. We're also going to get into the big developments in North Africa, in the Middle East, Saudi Arabia, the riots going on, one of the biggest bond houses in the world saying they're not going to buy dollars anymore. But Bob Chapman was in military intelligence, and he became a stockbroker in 1960, retired in 88. For 18 of those years, he owned his own brokerage firm. He's probably the largest gold and silver stockbroker in the world during that period. When he retired, he had over 6,000 clients. From 62 to 76, he specialized in South African gold shares. He and his family lived in Salisbury, Rhodesia, now Zimbabwe, and Johannesburg, South Africa. And he lived in France and everywhere else. I'm not going to go through the whole thing. He helped publish None Dare Call It Conspiracy with Gary Allen. He's been fighting the globalists for almost 50 years, just like Dr. Stan Monteith, who will vouch that Bob's been an icon from the very beginning. He co-owned the Gary Allen Report. Gary Allen's son now started and runs Politico, I should add, which had 30,000 subscribers. And he is currently the owner of the International Forecaster, which reaches people in more than 80 countries. This is an old bio. It says 60. And the internationalforecaster.com. Bob, all bedlam has broken loose. They're talking about evacuating areas of Oregon. I don't know why, not Washington or California. But I mean, my experience, if a tsunami happens 5,000 miles away, it's normally going to dissipate. But who knows? It might be a problem for cruise ships out there. We know some larger waves, tsunami style, did come in on the beach and cause some limited damage in the Hawaiian Islands. But a lot of crazy things going on there. I mean, I don't even know what to cover now. It's like we've got more news than I could ever cover. It seems like the craziness has happened, and I had a top astrophysicist on who is one of the most accurate forecasters in the world. the first hour. And he said, no doubt this was the massive near-record solar flare hitting the southern hemisphere, well, directly hitting into Antarctica and causing power problems and things in South Africa and Chile. That hit yesterday. Another one hit 36 hours ago, so a half day before that. And he said it's the two coinciding with the, quote, huge moon closest to the Earth it's been since '92, pulling magma, not just the tides of the ocean, at a record level, that those two things cause the plates to move. ABC News is concurring with their scientist on that. But Al Gore, the BBC are saying it's global warming. If we pay that wicked demon a bunch of money, he'll wave a magic pixie wand and give us Vatican indulgences to heal us from purgatory and Hades. So what's your view in the accelerating craziness?
Well, I think we have to accelerate the departure of Al Gore to wherever he's going in Hades, for a starter. And thank you. And I've got to say this. I've been doing vitamins, minerals, herbs, and hormones for 47 years. I check up at the doctor once a year. And he looked at me yesterday and he said, there's something wrong with you. And I said, what? He said, your blood pressure is 115/70. How can that be for a man your age? Well, anyway, that's what comes of taking care of yourself and using preventive things that are being discussed on Alex's program. And I thank you for doing it because it works.
And you plug that everywhere. I've heard you on Coast to Coast AM and other shows, and you'll be talking about, the economy, and you'll say, excuse me, George, or excuse me, the other host. I just heard an ad for, prostate plant extract. Boy, let me tell you, it works great. But then even the mainline studies show that particular plant, I forget which one it is, has 4 or 5 times in the studies what the expensive drugs have, but the doctors won't tell them because the bottle of it's $10 instead of $1,000 a month, or the cancer surgery they want to give you. What's the prostate thing you take?
Better Prostate, and it's Roger Mason's product. And Roger is a subscriber for many years. I've been taking it, I think, for 18 years, and I'm 75, and everything still works. And I've never had a problem. In fact, when they do the specific antigen test, they say, we can't believe this.
And I forget, there's a couple plants, and I know in that one they combo them together to cause that amplifying effect. What's the plant that they admit is like magic for your prostate, but the doctors won't tell you to take it?
I don't know. I got to be honest.
Saul Palmetto, that's right. And then there's one more.
Yeah, but this is far more powerful than that. And it really works. And Roger advertises on this network and many others. And all of his products are very good. And I take them all. And we do it every day.
Yeah, I didn't even know he sponsored us, but I know he sponsors everything, basically. All right, now, Bob, shifting gears now, what do you make of the reactor that they said they're going to release radiation from and they can't get coolant into it? That's pretty scary.
It certainly is, especially for the people of Japan who had to go through that terrible experience at the end of the Second World War. And it was awful, and everybody knows that. And it's just like, the ghost of Hiroshima and Nagasaki coming back. I sure hope that they can get this thing fixed, and I think they can. And so, as you said, let's pray that it works. These people don't deserve this. Nobody does. But anyway, the damage will be unbelievable, and I'm not an expert, so I don't know what caused it. Probably the gentleman that you had on, the expert who described it. I'm getting letters about HAARP, but I don't know. I'm not an expert on that. And so I think they're going to need help, too. And,
well, Bob, I mean, look, HAARP is a little tinker toy made by man trying to compete with God's HAARP, the sun and moon. I mean, what do people think that their magnetic fields? We got hit by a giant solar flare, 2 of them. At the same time, the moon's the closest to the Earth it's been in 19 years, which they admit pulls the magma, not just the oceans. That's what causes... Folks, this is 100% fact. The moon is what controls the ocean's tides. It also pulls the magma. Scientists know that the magnetic field changes with the moon. So that's what did it. But Al Gore, again, says, pay him money, that we caused it.
Well, you know, it was just a couple of days ago we saw the eruptions in Hawaii of the volcanoes. And to professionals, that should have been a giant clue that there was trouble on the way.
Well, I mean, Japan didn't build its houses out of paper because they've never had an earthquake or a tsunami before. And just how dumb does Al Gore and the UN and BBC think we are? For those that don't know, Watson's got an article documenting it. They're saying man caused the earthquake. So they can make us guilty and say we're bad and say we're demons and attack us. And I mean, there's no end to these criminals. They want to make us guilty. You're racist if you don't turn your guns in. You're racist if you don't accept government health care. You're racist if you don't lick our boots. We'll talk about the Gaddafi situation and take your phone calls.
This is not a drill. Repeat, this is not a drill. Gun sales are on a staggering pace. Gun prices are going through the roof, and that means desperate, vicious criminals now want your guns and will do anything to get them. Now, a new book reveals powerful secrets for hiding your guns from thieves and looters. You'll learn step-by-step, battle-hardened techniques, where to hide your guns so criminals will never find them, how to create the perfect hiding place, as well as the places you should never hide your guns, under any circumstance. These and other closely guarded gun caching secrets are guaranteed to keep your weapons safe and out of sight when the going gets tough. But listen up. For security reasons, the Hide Your Guns book and even the website may disappear without warning at any time. Go to hideyourguns.com. That's hideyourguns.com. Or call 877-327-0365 before they come for your guns. Hideyourguns.com right now. Right now.
Don't you just laugh every time the news plays another story about a foreclosure bank or attorney under investigation, bankrupted, or being sued? Zero Debt has a program that stops foreclosure, guaranteed for at least 2 years without payments or attorneys. In fact, we show our members how to get the banks to pay their taxes and insurance while they stonewall the bank's collection process. We show you how it's possible to quiet the title in your name by using the bank's very own foreclosure process. Loan modification is a joke. The banks use that to take your money with nothing in return and keeping you in default. You've heard our ad before. We are not investors, bankers, attorneys, or real estate agents. We are a group of people just like you that are sick and tired of the housing crash. And we've helped thousands avoid foreclosure since 1993. Get free help now from ZeroDebtGuaranteed.com or call to talk with others who have already used our system. We'll show you how to save tens of thousands of dollars by using the foreclosure process to your advantage and save your home. Call 800-477-9256, 800-477-9256, or visit ZeroDebtGuaranteed.com. Guaranteed to stop foreclosure.
Hi, I'm Mark Craighead, founder of Crossbreed Holsters. I designed our top-selling holster, the Super Tuck Deluxe, to solve the problems of being poked, pinched, and gouged while carrying concealed. The Super Tuck Deluxe is the most comfortable, most concealable holster on the market today. We offer a 2-week free trial and a lifetime warranty.
Visit us at crossbreedholsters.com. Don't forget, crossbreedholsters.com.
Hi, this is Ted Anderson. Have you ever wondered why banks, stockbrokers, investment advisors won't talk about gold IRAs? They've been available since 1986, yet the financial industry won't recognize the value of gold for your retirement. Gold has outperformed paper investments, yet no word about IRAs. If you would like to have gold for your retirement, call 800-686-2237. Don't get left behind by rising inflation and low returns. Call 800-686-2237. Secure your future and call 1-800-686-2237.
The food storage industry leader has done it again. Introducing FDG Clubs and Survival Bucks from the Freeze Dry Guy. For over 39 years, the Freeze Dry Guy has served various government agencies and the private sector with the finest in storable foods and emergency rations. If you've wanted to build emergency food supplies but couldn't afford it, now you